this is something that I just started recently. For me, y'all, it's about just really trying to understand human behavior, right? Like I go into the lab and just really try to listen to clients and try to understand all the variables and the internal motivators and the external motivators and the triggers. And I just go into the lab and I just spit out these new behavioral interventions. And one of these that's been working for me and working for clients lately is this. There are some kids, and it may be your child, there are some kids that really struggle with emotional regulation, all right? And so what I've been doing with some of my clients that struggle with that is, well, let me back up. When I talk about emotional regulation with kids, there's two things that I ask them to do. I ask them, the first thing is to not talk. When they start getting upset is to not talk, right? I want them to go inside themselves. I want them to go inside themselves and just start reading, okay, how's my body feeling? How's my mind? What am I thinking, right? And then as they do that, after they don't talk, when they start getting upset, when they don't talk, I want them to start breathing. A controlled deep breath in and out, because what that does is that basically calms the body down, right? As they start getting agitated and frustrated, kind of like our body just speeds up, and the blood and oxygen and blood pressure and everything just gets going really fast. And I just want to calm their bodies down. I want to calm their bodies down. And so a lot of times, most of the time, the clients just don't do this. The kid clients, they're just not internally motivated in the moment to regulate themselves. They just want the situation to change, and they're gonna keep being emotionally dysregulated until the situation changes, right? It's kind of a way of them manipulating the situation. So what I've been doing, come out of the lab, and basically I find different periods of times where they are more triggered by various situations. So we do some kind of analysis to basically say, okay, like in the morning time, like getting ready for school, okay, tell me about that. Okay, at nighttime, okay, and we talk about the various triggers. And then what we do is we put time periods during the day, during the morning, during the night that they can't talk, okay? There's different times of morning and night that can't talk. Sometimes it's like, okay, from the time you wake up till the time you go to school, you can't talk, okay? And then in the evening time, we'll say something like 7:30, 7 o'clock. From 7 o'clock on, you can't talk, okay? And what we're doing during these periods of time is we're basically encouraging the kids to go inside of themselves. As something starts to come up, you know, naturally they would want to talk. They would want to talk, and they would want to, you know, basically talk about whatever's bothering them, and shout and scream and call names and all that. But now when we put the no talking around it, now we're basically encouraging them to go inside of themselves, okay? Go inside of themselves and say, okay, stop, just relax, calm your body, all right? Hey, just breathe right now, just breathe, Randy. So around these times, we already are giving them a playground, giving them a time period of, as things come up, they're able to work on these things. So for you might decide to do this. You might say, when are the times of day that my kid really struggles? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put time periods just for a amount of time, right? They basically earn the privilege to reduce the amount of time of no talking, okay? But we're gonna just say in the morning time that can't talk. We might start with that. And as we see that they're progressing along, then we might say, okay, you can't talk after or before, let's just say 7:30. From 7 to 7:30, you can't talk, okay? So the point is we're going to put periods of time around when they're struggling, and then we're going to reduce the time as they start making progress. All right, it's worked well, y'all. It's worked really well. I'm a big fan of going into the lab, mixing all this stuff up, and then you know, talking to clients about it and seeing how it works. On track, now we on way up. W's as easy as a layup.